Some of the comments from Mike Jackson were interesting, kind of protecting the players. He actually said there was no blame on Collins at all. Can you explain, as a former professional footballer, what he's doing?
He's just, it's gone there completely.
He's been terrific as well.
He's been great for him. I think Nathan Collins has done really well. You know, he's chucked himself at it. Looked like he's enjoyed it, but there he's just had a. Oh goodness me! How you can even describe that, you know? And that happens a lot. Do you know? I see a lot with defenders, right? If a striker gets the wrong side of a defender in the box, they've always got to have a nibble. Sure enough, they go down, penalty, and you think, look, you still got to beat the goalkeeper. Still got to beat a goalie if you get the wrong side. If a forward gets the wrong side of you, you don't have to keep on chipping away, trying to foul people, trying to nudge people, and risking something stupid. And Nathan Collins there he's just panicked because he's not quite sure what's behind him, stuck an arm out. He probably sat there yesterday thinking, well, I don't even know why I've done it, how I did it. It's just an instinctive thing. You just panic, and all of a sudden, next thing, you give a penalty away, and you're on the back foot. So, look, a lot more wrong with Burnley than that. But that's just kind of, that unfortunately does happen, and he'll learn big time from it. Because I do think in this spell where they've been trying to have a go to get out of trouble, I think he's been one of their better players. Yeah,
he has showed up well for them, despite what happened yesterday. By the way, we are streaming on YouTube and Facebook. Andy's got a great shirt on. You could check that out.
Have I?
I think so. That's
cheap one.
Lumberjack. Yeah, I like that, mate. Real 80s look about you. You've not lost it. Nick is a Middlesbrough fan. What do you want to say, Nick? You're on talkSPORT.
Yeah, hi guys. I've rung a few times over the years, Adrian, about Borough issues and stuff, and I'm just intrigued really because Borough got promoted at the same time as Burnley. You won't remember because we didn't make a dent on the Premier League for the one season we were there, but 6 seasons ago we went up with Burnley, pretty similar in terms of, you know, we're a bigger fan base, I think, bigger stadium and stuff, but they went up, same as us 6 years ago. They've been in the Premier League for 6 consecutive seasons. Where's the money gone? I don't understand where the money's gone in Burnley, because it's a traditional old ground. They're not spending money on renovating. It's not been renovated since 1843. They're not spending money on players until recently, Cornet, Weghorst, but traditionally they've not been out and splashed the cash, have they? They're not a spending club. And I'm just intrigued, 6 years down the line, it was their turn anyway, because I think you flirt with this every couple of years and you get caught out in the trapdoor eventually. You know, it's happened to loads, Sunderland, loads of teams have done it, but it was their turn. But when today I've seen all this stuff about all this money, that the problems they've got, the financial difficulties, I cannot understand. Middlesbrough must be in a better financial position than Burnley, and we've had 6 seasons in the Championship. And I don't understand. Do you guys know where the money's gone?
Don't understand at all. I do know that.
It's a really good question.
A very good question. And Sean Dyche was on a really good salary as well. I mean, surprisingly, I think it was something like $3.5 million, and I think he's still due another year of that. I may be wrong on the exact figures in terms of how long he's going to be paid for, but my understanding is that his salary was $3.5 million.
What's the Premier League money now? What is it? Is it 140 a year now? Something like that.
Yeah, maybe not that much for Burnley. It depends. I think it's added to with TV.
But it's getting up to
games,
those sort of numbers, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a decent amount of money, and you're right. It does surprise me. Having said that, if you think about it, you know, you're adding up all of the players' salaries. You're not getting much income from fans at Burnley in terms of, you know, ticket sales, commercial stuff, you know, merchandise, etc. So there's not a lot of that coming in compared to, say, an Arsenal or a Manchester United. So, you know, I'd cut him a bit of slack on that front. You know, I mean, he's a Borough fan. Chris Wilder was linked with that job. It was all sort of knocked back completely. But I'll be interested to see who should they get in as next manager, Burnley. I mean, it's such a difficult question to find out who they need to get them back up.
It's whether you think if there's someone out there that's got Championship experience, knows that division, someone that you think has got the energy required and the experience to do that, or whether you go down that road where you're going for a younger guy, you're giving someone a bit of a chance, you're hopeful that this younger guy might inject a bit of energy into the squad and on the terraces, excite people a little bit more. You know, these are the sort of decisions now that the board at Burnley have got to make, and they've got to get that right. I think Mike Jackson, as I said, Mike has done done himself proud, honestly, in the way that he's come across, and he's handled himself as well as could be expected, honestly. But I do think it's a different kind of animal they need to go for.
Would you take somebody who's got experience of managing a club roughly the same size as Burnley, little bit of experience managing that club in the Championship, but who also, very recently, finished second in the Premier League and is a free agent? Would you take that manager without knowing his name?
Can I say his name, do you mean?
If you want to say his name, if you know who it is, yeah.
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, you're saying?
Would he be a Burnley manager, do you think?
Well, look, if you come second with Man United, you know, look, people can analyse everything that Ollie didn't do. He did finish runners-up in that league. He has handled some extremely high-profile players. I'm sure he would want to have another go. It's in the north of England. It's not a million miles from where he's based. I don't know if he's still based in Manchester or not. Who knows? I don't know how Burnley fans would feel about that. Does he have enough? Does he have that craft that I'm talking about that you need to get to be able to pick a club up off its knees and march them forward again? I don't know if he's got that sort of leadership quality about him.
I don't know. The other thing is he would command a salary, and genuinely, I think that the last caller absolutely spot on. Where has that money gone while Sean Dyche was keeping Burnley in the Premier League? And what money do they have now? That's why I'm really fearful for them. They're not among the favourites to go straight down again, but I can't see them finishing in the top half of the division.